Oh, Kalen, I think we're live. How's it going, big noobs? Okay, just pulled this up. And we'll pull that up as well. Okay then, let's try and crank out the rest of these freaking stats. I'm gonna try and get through all of them today just so I don't have to do it again. Because once this all done, I don't have to touch this anymore. Until I come to the middle stages, which isn't a big deal right now, okay? We don't have to worry about that right now. So then, there was a couple that I had to fix, because apparently I put them in wrong on this. So I think the only ones that were wrong were Soul Burst Dakuda. Apparently I had it wrote down as 156 range attack, that's fixed. And I think the other one was... not Metronet, Wabelisk. I think Wabelisk I had 96 health wrote down. I don't know why, but I think they're all fixed now. Hopefully. So then, to start off with, I think I'm actually going to go back and just get rid of the base hundreds, the base 500s. I think we're gonna get through the base 500s. Also, I feel like I should say this at the very beginning, just so people aren't confused whenever this is like a stream after the fact. These are the changes that we're gonna be doing, okay? So, the idea for this base stat total increase is mostly to fix like min-max stats. For example, if you take a look at Kanibo has a base range attack of 9. Obviously that is a problem, it shouldn't be that low. The issue is I just don't have enough base stats to go around because we're kind of like using like a similar number to like Pokemon stats, but we have an extra stat, so clearly just doesn't work. So yeah, the idea for this base stat total increase is 99% to fix these stats, nothing really else. Some of the other like weaker Lumians, so for example Florant, did get a huge buff. It has like it has no stats. So yeah, so all of them to like fix the broken stats that just shouldn't be that low because I just ran out of base stat totals. Basically, it's also like to buff the weaker Lumians, or to potentially also just completely rework them like we did for Terrafly. So yeah, that is the general idea. So these are the base stats that we're going to be like bumping them up to. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into it. So like I said, first things first, I want to go ahead and I want to do the 500s right now, just so I don't have to worry about them later. Pretty sure we've already done one though. Salchi, right? Where is Salchi? Salchi. Gotcha. Okay, Salchi we already did. Okay, so... You, Sherbot, and Harv. Harv is technically 500, it just has 2 more, okay? So yeah, Salchi we have already done, so we don't have to do anything for this one. Nice. Just in case you forgot, we can just quickly put in the new Salchi ones. Salchi got 52 melee defense, 104 range attack, and 74 range defense, so a little bit more bulk. I guess it hit a little bit harder, okay? Just a little bit harder. So yeah, the idea for the 500s though is to take them up to 525. So the reason why we're doing this, 500 rolls off the tongue better, but because all of the 610 base stat totals, like starters and like Obsidian Tyrex, are becoming 625, it makes a lot of sense to make them 525. I feel like just 100 under them. Clearly pre-recorded? What do you mean, man? What do you mean? Also, I think I actually missed a... Yeah, Krilican on the 1. I don't know why you donated before. I went live, but okay, I appreciate it, but why big noob? Why big noob? Okay then. Let's get all of these 500s out of the way, Len. Pre-recorded? What? Yeah, it's definitely pre-recorded. Definitely pre-recorded. Okay, Len. Soldier was pretty easy. Gobademic, I mean, you're gonna get more. And I kind of want to take the melee attack up even more, but yeah, I'm just gonna do that. I think for Gobademic. Not a very like big increase, but again, it's mostly to fix the bad stats like this. So melee attack is 35, and I bumped up the range attack to 93. Okay, Gabademic done. What's up, Think? How's it going? He knew that someone would accuse him of being pre-recorded? Sure. Icy Ghoul. Oh boy, this one's gonna be a fun one. And done. Icy Ghoul. Range attack 35. Okay. Icy Ghoul done. Let's go to the Soul Burst one. If I just give you 25 into this, is that it? Yeah, that looks good to me. Soul Burst Icicle I think is actually the best Soul Burst in the game. I'm not even joking. Like, people say that Eruption is like pretty good. I think Icicle is the best Soul Burst in the game. I don't know if anyone would disagree with me. Hard to Trick is like the best thing in the game. It just enables Trick Room teams, like Baneface teams as well. Swirl. I probably don't need to buff you, to be honest, but what can I do with you? What can I do? That works. Health went up by 5. Energy stayed the same. Melee attack is 65. Melee defense is 65. Range attack is 65. And range defense is 65. Okay, nice. Easy. Change the ability to only work 2 out of 3 times. Swirl's ability like isn't super problematic on Swirl. It's problematic on Cosmior. That's why we're just getting rid of Cosmior's ability. Next up is a Holy Bunch. Okay, this one's should be pretty easy. Do I just want to give it all melee attack? I don't really want to give it more speed. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I feel like Holy Bunch is in a nice spot. Melee attack is 51. We are breezing through these now. Sure, but okay. Time for not an actual buff, because yeah, Hall has to go here. No, it has to go in melee attack. Rip. Sure, but was done dirty. Well, I mean, I don't really have enough stats to like go around like make it somewhat bulky, somewhat fast, and somewhat hit hard. It doesn't really work. But hey, I'm just saying, if Sherbot gets a Soul Burst, it gets the full 100 base stat total increase. I mean, Soul Burst Sherbot, that is actually troubling to say. It is gonna be pretty good. What have I done so far? I decided to go back and just do the 500 base stat totals since I labeled them as like a unique thing. Just makes sense to do them all together, because I feel like the majority of them is just to buff the melee attack. So yeah. The only one that I didn't buff their melee attack was Sawtooth, but it's a squirrel. I feel like it makes sense for it to have like very low melee attack. Sure, but on the other hand though... There you are. I'll do that at least, okay? I will do that at least. Or do we want it to have a little bit more? I think that's better. I think that's better. What's up, CBO? Okay, so, I was about to type in Iron Fumble for a second. Surebot got 42 melee attack, and range defense went up to 62. It got like 5 more range defense, eh? Iron Fumble is correct though? True. True. Yeah, I mean, hey, if Surebot gets a Soul Burst, I mean, I'll go all out, okay? I don't mind. Okay, Surebot done. Harv is next. This one is a very easy one as well. We just want to dump the rest into here. And done. 500's out of the way. Harvey set. 57 range attack. And done. Okay, that's all of the 500 base stat totals, I'm pretty sure now. He will ruin Hav. I'm not touching Hav, I'm just giving it more range attack. Dumping into energy would be funny. True. It doesn't do anything low. There's still 0. Oh, I can't even put it back down to 0. Interesting. There's some sort of retaliation against the community? No. So, like I said early in the stream, okay? Basically, like, if you look at some things, like some Lumians, because I'm, like, very restricted with, like, the base stat total, because we have the energy stat as well, Hav is a pretty bad example, but basically, a lot of Lumians are, like, min-max, like, Hav the sec doesn't really make sense to have 34 range attack, or, for example, Kanibo. Kanibo having 9 range attack, it should be higher. Obviously, that's a problem. So, the idea with all these base stat total increase, the global stat buff, is just to fix these stats for 99% of the cases that I'm doing. Some Lumians like Romos are getting a nice buff, like a rework kinda, and some of like the Route 1 Gale Forests are getting reworks. So yeah, like 99% of these buffs that I'm doing is just to fix these stats. So don't get your hopes up too much for like normal Lumians. Okay, Hav is done. Now let's go back to Dex numbers. Buff Luminame. Luminame got a little buff. A little buff. Where is it? It's here. These are the new stats that got changed. I'm only keeping track of the stats that got changed, by the way. Clickbait title. I mean, technically they are I am buffing them. Like, Lumala having 60 melee attack is technically a buff to what its melee attack is currently, you know? It technically is a buff. You say you're gonna buff most bug types? Yeah. Well, mostly like the early route stuff. So these are all of like the early route stuff that got buffed or reworked. Terraclaw was already really good, but everything else on this list that I just highlighted, other than Avatros, basically got like a big buff or a rework. The reworked ones are mostly like Luxor, it's just garbage. Eclipse, it's now garbage. And Terrafly. Also, I've seen a lot of people say to give Terrafly 100 bit speed. No. I don't want to make base 100 speed over, like, I don't want to, like, like, what's the right words? I don't want there to be an abundance of 100 base speeds. Like, in Pokemon, like, early generations, like, 100 was, like, the gold standard, and today's, like, Pokemon games, it's, like, what, 115 is, like, the gold standard now? I don't want to, like, keep making too many things 100s. I don't want to make, like, too much competition. 95 speed is nice. Just run very nimble, okay? Easy. Will I break them down all in a video? Yep, I'll go over them in a video. Once they're all done, I will just go quickly over them. Hopefully, it won't be too long of a video. Okay, let's get back to where we left off, which was Volcaloa. We've already done Obsidian. Trumbull, my boy. Trumbull. Yeah, I'm sorry, Trumbull. It's mostly just to fix this. Why am I doing it to this one? I did this yesterday as well. Okay, 52 range attack. I will give you 10 more base stats. I like that. I like that. It does not need more melee attack, I don't think. Energy to 79. Range attack to 52. And range defense to 68. Make it a little bit bulkier on the range sides. 80 energy is better? Yeah, but there's so many 80 base energy. I don't want to like keep making like too many Lumians have the exact same stat. Like, look at the 100 ones. Like, damn, there's a lot of them. Like, the everything that's like 88 to 100 is like very, very like abundant. There's so many of them. That's because like that's the go-to energy stat. Anything lower than 88 is generally having a rough time. Look how many 80s I've freaking done as well. Give Trumbull outbursts. Trumbull is definitely going to be getting some buffs, so if you actually don't know, since we're on Trumbull right now, it is actually getting a couple of changes. So, Territorial, I've already went over it yesterday, but this is actually going to be deleted from the game. I don't like this ability. I think it is hot garbage. I don't know. I was just lazy, honestly. I was just lazy. I give so many things Territorial as well. This is just a lazy ability. I don't like it anymore. So, Trumbull is actually going to get a new ability to replace this, which is called Triumph. If you knock out a Lumian, or Trumbull doesn't have to be the one that knocks it out. If you're in a double battle or 2v2, if an opponent's Lumian faints, if the Trumbull knocks it out, if your teammate knocks it out, if it kills itself, Trumbull's ability will activate, and then for the next turn, Trumbull's moves will cost 0 energy, and its allies will also cost 0 energy. So, yeah, it's basically like you get a free chocolate bar if you get a knockout, which I think is a pretty decent buff for it. It works in singles, it works in doubles. Brute Force is probably going to be like the most go-to one if you're running Mega Chomp still, but if you're not running Mega Chomp, then I guess you would want the free move, especially because your energy stat isn't like that good, right? So it gives you a workaround for the energy stat. Okay, that is Trumbull done. Next up is Moochune. I did that on the wrong one. There we are. Okay. I got 10 more stats to play around with. We could just put it all in its melee defense, I guess. Just do the I guess we could do that. That works. Gives it a little bit more bulk. It doesn't really need more range defense. It doesn't need more range attack. It's not getting speed, so yeah, that's really the only thing I can do with it. Melee attack 52. Melee defense 79. Is Balhorn getting cheaper? Yeah, there's a lot of like moves I gotta like go over as well. Like, there's a long list of moves. I probably will go back through all of the moves at a later date once we get closer. Yep, there's Moochun. So yeah, also, I guess now is a pretty good time to point out the simple type. Every simple type Lumian or typeless type in the game are pure simple, other than the ones. None of these older ones I think are going to change typing, by the way. Like, yeah, Trumbull could become a simple brawler type. Moochun could become a simple mind or light. I think mind makes more sense. I don't think I'm gonna give... I don't think we should change their typing. They were always made with the intentions of them being simple. If Trumbull were to get a soul burst low, then I think we could give it a secondary typing. So, like, if Trumbull were to get a soul burst, then it could become, like, simple brawler. Moochun could become simple mind. Servalan, you don't deserve one. Tayu Shinu, I'm actually not really too sure what I would do with that one. Honestly, I could probably give it something like Eclipse's ability, I guess. Like, it's like yin and yang. So, it could maybe get like light and dark, just Eclipse's circadian ability, I guess, maybe. Lyrica, I don't know. No idea. Give Servalan simple Servalan type. Nice. Simple light makes sense with the current coverage. But if Moochun ever got more moves later, then simple mind would be better. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Because we already have a simple mind simple. This one is more bulky support, whereas Moochun is more bulky offense. It's like Moochun's a wall breaker. Although it does struggle a little bit right now. Okay. Next up is Garbantis. Okay, Garbantis, let's see what I can do with you. Oh, it's buff time, baby. It is buff time. The best part about this is I don't have to touch its range attack stat at all. It's already high enough where I'm happy with it. And Garbantis, I mean, if you look at it, doesn't really seem like the range attack type of thing, right? So then, we get to buff this thing a lot. Let's give you 55 health to start off with. Your energy is low, but honestly I kind of like that. Again, I don't want to keep buffing everything's energy. Let's give you more melee defense. To 100s. A little bit more range defense, get you to 74. Okay, I got 35 stat points to fit in this somewhere. I guess we can do more here. Okay, now we got 25 stats. At least. I think 25 is fine. I mean, it's a Garbantis. Okay. Not speed? No. So, just in case I haven't mentioned it, I'm not touching speed at all for the base stat total rework. Speed is saved if the Lumian is getting a rework. It is not... I'm not touching speeds. 110 is mental when you compare it to like another user. Yeah, one of these is still way higher. One of these is still way higher, and one is faster. Although, I still prefer this one. I'm just saying. I still prefer very nimble Garbantis, to be honest. I think I'm gonna give you 97 melee attack. Let you actually use your Earthquake for a change. 5 more stats. I guess we could just round off the health to 50. Or I could actually take out the melee defense to 110. What did I do for Terra Claw? Where is my boy Terraclaw? Swolder's melee defense is 105. Terraclaw is 116. Ah, you're going up. You're going up to 115. You're nowhere near as bulky as Terraclaw overall. I'm happy with that. Garbantis. Health is now 55. Melee attack is now 97. Melee defense is 115. So I buffed its melee defense by how much? 25? Yeah, I gave it 25 melee defense, dang. Range defense, 74. I don't have to touch its range attack stat at all. It's high enough, and it doesn't really make sense with a high range attack stat anywhere. Health, melee attack, melee defense, and range defense. Nice. Garbantis done. I actually do like Garbantis. I wish more people would use it, to be honest. It's just bug types in the game right now are just awful. What's up, Darth? How's it going? You good? I am now. I am now with Garbantis. Okay, let's actually double check this now. What are some common walls in the game? I am kind of curious about this one. I can't remember what I run. Is it bug essence I run on mine? I don't remember. Obsa. Still not really doing much, is it? Still not really doing much, but it has got Burrow. So, I mean... Earthquake, Mega Chomp, and Body Crash. We're gonna struggle, but we definitely could burrow against it. It could probably break through an Obsidian. Luminama. Okay, let's try Luminama. I forgot, did I give Garbantis Body Crash as well? It's been a while since I've used one. I want to say I did. I did, okay, I did. Just wanted to make sure. Luminama. Very robust. Oh, I'm at +2. That's doing a pretty good chunk. Give you a heavy armor as well. I mean, that's doing a pretty good chunk. I like that. Yeah, Ben's gonna already break through Obsidian. Thanks for Provoke. Oh yeah, I forgot about Provoke. Yep, I like this. This is a good buff for Garbantis. Next up plan is Stratusaur. Oh boy, oh boy. Take you up to that. You should be a 600 base stat total, shouldn't you? What else should I do with you? I should give it like 10 more stats. 5 more stats. Do I take it to 100 base health? Does Unsolvable Stressor already exist? Yes, it does. I don't really want to touch its overall bulk that much. I'll give it 5 health, that way the Soul Burst can also have a tiny bit more health as well. Yep, I am writing these down on a word pads. Stratusaur. Health is now 100s. Melee attack is 49, and I think that's the only thing I touched. Okay, now we're gonna go over Soul Bursts. So, this will end up being... What did I buff, Corruptedodds Soul Burst to? What did I do for this one again? Where is it? Melee attack is 104. And... range defense is 94. So, 665. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is it. Done. A very, very, very tiny buff. Health is 100, melee attack is 66. Okay, I'm happy with that. Will you change any of the type changes? The type of Lumians? No, I think all of the typings of Lumians in the game are perfect. Personally, I don't want to change any of them. Okay, oh yeah. Apparently Stress Soul is like one of the stronger soul bursts, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really seen much of it, so I don't know how truthful that actually is. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. People are saying it's really, really strong, but I haven't seen... well, maybe it's because I just use, maybe it's because I use, like, Meditoad on almost all my teams, so I deal with it, like, no problem. I always have, like, a counter to it, or a check to it. Okay. Dyborg. We got some buffing to do for you. Let's make this actually somewhat terrifying. Let's bump you up to 590. Uh, 592. We don't need them all to be like perfect roundup, right? 592. There you are. Guess a little bit of everything. Health is 78. Melee attack is 97. Melee defense is 83. Range attack is 93. Range defense is 87. 78, 97, 83, 93, 87. Yep, I'm happy with that. Dyborg is kind of like Luminami for like his stats. It's meant to be like an all-arounder. Like Luminami is also like an all-around. You can make it melee tank, you can make it range tank, you can make it a range attacker, melee attacker. Dyborg's like the exact same. I wanted it to be an all-around like kind of support thing. You could either run like just bulky offense, although it's not super great right now. I think the majority low is like just handy, so just bulky supports with some offensive capabilities. Have I watched Invincibles? Oh, Invincible? Yes, I have. I think it's finished now, right? Tyrex we already finished. It's Munchwheel now. Yep, Munchwheel time. We can go, wait. What was Dyborg's old stats? Was it the exact same? Okay. Dyborg, you can go up to 586. Okay. 10 in the range attack. I think I'm just gonna put the rest into melee attack, to be honest. I'll put 10 into melee attack. 5 more I'll put into health. Munch wheel. I don't want to make the 110 base stat range from melee attack. I don't want to introduce too many. I don't want to nerf the boast users by just introducing a lot of 110s or 109s. Munch wheel. Health 94. Melee attack 104. Range attack 52. Eclipse all off so bad. I mean, yeah. I mean, this might. I mean, yes, this new thing with Eclipse is technically a nerf, but I've actually already gone ahead and I've gave it some new moves that are going to be accessible in the UMV. So if I quickly go to Eclipse right now, these, well, I don't think it actually gets Raging Tackle level 39 anymore, or Sharpen at level 31. But basically, whatever Luxor and Umbra I get, C-Eclipse gets both of them. So at level 31 it gets Sharpen and Disperse, 39 it gets Raging Howl and Raging Tackle, 45 it gets Gamma Pulse and Mega Chomp. Level 50, I actually changed it, it doesn't get Dark Surge anymore. It's Peace of Mind and Bulk Up. So yeah, C-Eclipse gets Peace of Mind and Bulk Up now in the UMV update in preparation for the stat change. So yeah, it still has Dark Surge as a move manual, and it also gets Peace of Mind and Bulk Up as a rally move manual as well. So yeah, once Umbra and Luxor get Brawn Boost and Magnify, C-Eclipse can also get that as well. So garbage. I mean, yeah. Powerful. Like, if you get a speed boost with Power Focus, I mean, light and dark coverage is pretty good. I think it could work, although it's gonna be a little bit more. You have to be like a little bit more cautious with it, and like you have to go with a game plan, rather than just Unga Bunga send it in against a dark type or light type attack, and that's it, you're done. So I think that's fine. Okay. After Munch's Gardrone. Oh, I love Gardrone. I love me some Gardrone. Oh, you don't really miss that buff that much, to be honest. So, if you actually don't know, I am actually introducing some new moves for Gardrone. It might go to this really fast. How do I find the items? Oh, all of these? Is there a page where I can look at all of those? If I had to guess, maybe here. Do you have all of the items? I'm hoping you do. It looks like it doesn't. Do I have to go to Scob, maybe? Elemental? Oh yeah, eventually we'll be getting Elemental Burst as well. Do I have to go to Scob's page, maybe, for it? Oh. Well, there they all are. All of these items, though... Oh, there we are. Fine. Yes, let's go. All of these items are going to be actually turned into PvP items that only the Scob evolution line can use. I don't actually have the list on me right now. Let me go try and find it. It might be pinned in Lumian PvP discords. Is it pins? Where is it? No. No, wait, is this it? Aha! Found it. Found it. There we are. These are gonna be the new, PvP items for Scob, Valence, and Gardrone. They all get to use them. Scrap Metal. Scrap Metal is gonna become, basically Drop of Youth. And actually, in case you don't know, Drop of Youth isn't actually 50%, it's actually 40%. Just in case you didn't know. Yeah, this entire time it was released, I thought it was 50%. Nope, T-Bredem made it 40%. So, yeah. Drop of Youth is a little bit worse than this game. You Gaslight, I didn't make it 40% okay. Spare Cable becomes like a milkshake clone. When health falls below 50%, you heal 25% back up. Clear Lens makes all moves 101% accurate, bypassing dodge. So, do you know those moves that just have like this little line for accuracy? I call them 101% accurate moves, because they bypass dodge, so 101. These are the big ones, I think. Flame Core is being changed. Oh, so if Gardrone has it, instead of being a pure metal type, you'll become a metal fire type. Freezer Core will make you metal ice, and then Voltiac will make you metal electric. Power Core is Power Cuss clone, and then Quantum Core is Energy Orb clone. Also, I don't think I've actually revealed this yet, but do you know how Gajon only has one ability, communication, and then it has a secret ability, clutch? The only ability we run is clutch because they both kind of suck. Yeah, I'm gonna give it levitate as well. So probably in PvP 2.0. Actually, maybe a little bit sooner before that. But yeah, it's going to get a new ability, which is levitate, as its second ability. So if you don't know how it works, we actually did it with Icicle as well. Because Icicle only had one ability. If I give Gardrone levitate as an ability, that means if you have a communication Gardrone, 50% of them will change to levitate. So if you don't want it to change, I'm sorry, but that's just how the game's programmed. So yeah, it's also going to be getting a levitate as well. So that will definitely help out for those new typings as well. Will definitely help off these new typings. So Gadron is going to be getting a mega buff, which is why I don't really want to touch these stats too much. I will give it that. I think that. I think 595. I don't want to give it too much, to be honest. Gardrone. Health is 74. And melee defense is 73. What did I do to Florence? Yes. Florence got a mega buff, okay. Got a mega buff. I won't say meta. Gardron is pretty scary. It has like perfect coverage to hit anything that you could ever want it to hit. You give it rate. Well, I guess you won't be running Rachel plus your clutch anymore if you want the levitate ability. But that means one of your main weaknesses is just gone. You're immune to it. So yeah, this is gonna be pretty nice. Hunder is next. Let's take you up 20 base stats. Done. That was simple. I don't think it needs any more stats. I gave Hunter like everything. It has every freaking chomping move in the game, basically. It doesn't need more. Is Power Jaws getting nerfed? I think Power Jaws is fine. I just gotta be careful with like what I give Power Jaws and what coverage they get. Please improve Hunter's attack. How about we wait until he gets like a Soul Burst or something and then it can get more attack? We don't need to make the normal Hunter a monster as well, okay? What's the Gardron buff? 74 health, 73 melee defense, and it's also getting levitate. And eventually the PvP items. Are these with the UMV? This is for PvP 2.0. Arapago. Oh boy. Oh boy. This thing sucks. Okay, I'm happy with that now. I've always just wanted to do that one. Okay, both defenses up by 10, range attack went up by 5, and yep, call it there. Energy? Nah, it doesn't need energy. It don't need it. 602, yep. Well, I mean, the starters are going up to 625, so I mean, I think that's fine. Although I am giving Arapago a little bit more of a buff than some other Lumians, just because of how bad it freaking is. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more stats. Skellig. These ones are gonna be awkward to do because, yeah, I don't really know what to do for them, to be honest. I don't really want to touch Skellig, to be honest. I think Skellig is mostly fine. Oh yeah, why am I doing both? I don't know why I keep doing that. I don't know why I keep doing that. I'll do that. I'll do that. Skellig gets 55 range attack and 73 range defense. This attack is pathetic for a setup sweeper. Okay, and not everything needs monstrous 125 melee attack. That's not how that works. Like, Skellig doesn't hit as hard, but it is definitely a lot bulkier than some other setup sweepers. Jawtooth. What did I give Skellig a buff by? Did I give it 15? Okay. I think that's really it. Jawtooth, I think, is really good right now, right? I'll give you a little bit more in range attack as well. Jawtooth range attack is 56 now. That's it. Jawtooth ain't that good. You are crazy. Yeah, they also might lose Earthquake as a nerf. We'll see. We will see. For next time. Let's take you up to 610. Yeah, let's take you up to 610. Okay. Gotta be careful about this one, though. I don't want to make it too good, but I definitely want it to have a little bit more competition with Corruptedodds. Infernix is faster than Corruptedodds and hits a little bit harder than the normal one. But also, I gave Corruptedodds so much more coverage. Okay, let's give you a little bit more health, okay. A little bit more melee defense. Do I put the rest into range defense now? I don't want to make it any higher than that. 5 more stats. 5 more stats. I think rest into... I'll give it some energy. I think that's fine. Health. Oh, I forgot to put down Infernix. Infernix. Health is now 84. Energy is now 95. Melee attack didn't change, but melee defense did. 58. Range defense, 117. So yeah, it got a lot more bulk here. Yeah, it's a decent buff. I don't want to buff it too much. I think for Infernix, the issue is it just needs more moves, which obviously everything suffers from. So it's mostly just like getting around to them. Dorogo. Let's make you 585. Let's make you 585. Not touching anymore. Then that okay for attacking stats? That's it. No more. That is it. I got 5 more stats. We can give it to energy, I guess. Dorogo. 86 energy. Melee attack is 90. Range attack is 86. Or... I like that more. I like that more. Okay, so 86 energy. Melee attack is 86. Range attack is 90. Okay, I like that more. I mean, its entire like gimmick is like the freaking egg that it lobs, so I mean, I guess its range attack should be a little bit higher. Big Terrafly base 100 speed? Nope. Nope. Although, it is getting Drudge. Although, yeah, Terrafly is getting Drudge with 95 base speeds. Yep, I think I'm happy with that for Dorigo. Fix Fungus Curse? What's wrong with Fungus Curse? What's the point of Drudge Ambush low? Well, I mean, you don't have to run the Ambush one, right? You could run a different version. Even if Ambush is the best ability on it, but still. Like, having, you can be like an Ambush user, so you don't have to ever click a Drudge. You can just do big raw damage when they switch out. But if you position yourself so your Terrafly can just sweep out the rest of the game, late game, then you also get to do that as well. So yeah, I guess like kind of like similar to Joltooth. Like Joltooth mostly wants to use this ambush to deal damage, but if you give it the opportunity to like set up a Drudge, it could sweep you. Okay, Dorigo done. Mauer Merc. Okay, let's I'm making this one a 615. We got some stats to work with. And 10 more. There we are. Melee attack 97, melee defense 92, range attack 94, range defense 89. Hopefully that'll help Malmuk. Malmuk is also similar to Luminame, meant to be an all-arounder. Like, Luminame is an all-arounder, but mostly leaning towards the range attack side. Malmuk is like the opposite. All-arounder, but more leaning towards the melee sides. Melee attack sides. Oh boy. Oh boy. I can easily make this broken if I give it too much in one stat. I love you, Medito, but you really don't deserve that much of a boost. You should probably be equivalent to Maomerklo. I really don't want to buff your offenses. I really don't. I think that's good. I think that's good. Give it 999 and everything. Nice. Yeah, I think I'll just give it a little bit more bulkiness. I don't want to let it do more damage. I feel like it does enough. Also, yeah, that does mean Malmurk now has a higher base stat total than Medito, but I feel like it probably should have already had that. Like, even though Malmurk is a 2-stager, I still think Malmurk should have more. Okay. Health is 99. Melee defense is 92. Range defense is 96. Okay, I'm not going to touch any of his offensive stats. I think they're fine. Did the Toad get bulk up? I don't think Toad really fell off. Although, I use it on like all my teams. So it's not really fair. Jamal, drop it, man. I'm not buffing Terrafly speed to 100. It's not happening. Okay, who's after Meditoads? Bolotox? I gotta completely rework you. I completely forgot what the rework was, though, I'm not gonna lie. That was such a long time ago. Let me see if I still have the file anywhere, somewhere. I don't remember what I did with you. Not that. Update stuff. Battle changes? Nope. PvP rework changes? Oh boy, that's a lot of old stuff. Yeah, I don't think I have, I don't think I have the file anymore. I don't have the file anymore for, Blotox change. I don't remember what I was going to do with this, to be honest, at all. But Blotox is getting a rework. I guess we can just rework it now, I guess. So... what is Barblast? A little bit lower base stat total. I'm fine with that, for a good reason. I am fine with that. Let me do both of these together. Blotox and Barblasts. Okay, I will give you just 5 more melee defense. You're not going higher than that low. That is the limit for you. 88 energy. Melee attack is 67 now. Melee defense is 107. No more low, that is it. Okay. So, how much of a difference were we at already? Seven stats higher? No. 8 stats higher? What did we do? Did we just increase his stats by 20? Yeah. So I can give Blotox 20 more stats. I mean, that is definitely 20 more. That is definitely 20 more. Was I gonna make it faster? I actually don't remember what the stats were anymore. I don't remember what I was gonna do with it. Speed. There we are. Where are we? 82? 82. What abilities do you have? Let's see if there's anything more I can do with you as well. I think the abilities are fine. What does 87 do for it? Skellig? I'm sorry, Skellig. I am so sorry, Skellig. I am so sorry. I don't know if I like the speeds. I do want to rework Blowtox, but I don't really want to make it faster, to be honest. I think that's fine. Just give it more melee attack. I'm pretty sure there was like something else I was gonna do with it, but honestly, I just don't remember. I physically don't. That was such a long time ago, and I don't have the document anymore for some reason. Let me go check Ait's DMs. Let's see if I DM'd him it. Ait bloat box. Oh. Okay, so what? So this was the odds. Okay. Okay. So that okay. So this is what the Blowtox stat change was. Okay. This was before the global stat buff, but because now we're doing a stat increase. The only thing that really changed was it just got a free 20 melee attack increase, which I think is good. Barblast, I actually nerfed low. Wait a minute. Barblasts. Decrease range attack from 89 to 84. And decrease range defense from 93 to 88. Okay. And then, okay. Oh, wait, you can't see. Duh. I forgot I had my screen blocked. This was the Barblast change, by the way. Before the global stat buff, this was the stat change. I gave Barblast, Blowtox. I gave Blowtox 20 more melee attack, and I took away 5 health and 5 melee defense. But now, with the global stat buff, we don't have to do that. It can just get a free 20 melee attack increase. $67. Okay. I took away 10 points from Barblast, so now I'm going to figure out where to put them. Into range attack? I took away 5 low. I guess I could give the range attack back. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, let me look at this again then. So, Blowtox just got melee attack increased to 109. Pretty sure that's the only change, right? Yeah, that's the only change. Just 109. Easy. Barblasts. Energy to 88. Melee attack to 72. Melee defense to 107. Range attack is 89, that's the same. Range defense to 88. I'm fine with that. I wanted to nerf his range defense a little bit more, just so it's a little bit easier to take out. And yeah, I'm fine. Barblast is pretty annoying. Pwuffer buff? Pwuffer buff. I don't really know what I would do for Pluff, to be honest. I'm not going to go over the pre-evolutions right now, though, but maybe later. Give Blowtox Swift Swim? I don't think it really needs it. It is getting a new Bone Crusher move flow to replace Aqua Jaws as its little evolution move, I think. Garlash. You don't really need much of a buff, I feel like. I feel like Galosh is in a pretty nice spot. I don't want to give you more melee attack, you don't need it. I don't really want to touch this at all. It doesn't need more melee attack. I guess I could just give it... just more range attack? It doesn't really need anything else. I'll do that at the very least. It can go to 595. So... melee defense to 84. Range attack to 63. There we are. Fungus because they're not working for all plant types on Benefists. Okay. Deladrix. Okay. Okay. Is this... wait. Is this the first weather Lumian we're looking at? I think it is, isn't it? Let's make all of the weathers 600s. Deladrix. Energy 85. Melee attack 114. Melee defense 58. Range attack stayed the same. Range defense 67. I think that is fine. Give it a little bit more bulk and a little bit more melee attack and energy. It doesn't need more range attack. I guess its range attack stat is pretty meh, but with the weather increasing water type moves and also its insane coverage, it doesn't need anything else. Colosso, we didn't do Colosso, did we? No, we did. Haganash Tamlin. Hagonash. Okay, we can give you a big buff. Yeah? Yeah? $84 health. Melee defense is 90. Range attack is 57. And range defense 109. I'm not touching speeds. Spoods. Oh, bro, my brain is freaking fried. There's too many numbers, man. Too many numbers. Okay, I'm gonna do it for Hoganosh. Just overall more bulk so it can stay around a little bit longer. New Pyrolon? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Honestly, all my homies freaking hate Pyrolon, okay? It's Hoganosh meta, baby! Hoganosh meta, let's go! Okay, Mocho time. Mocho likes you. And done. Okay, fine. Okay, that's too much. There we are. There's your Mocho buff. Give it 100 melee attack? I can't go above like 115, that's the highest, okay. Hopkick will finally be meta, let's go, that's what we're hoping for. Oh, here's a great one we get a buff. Wait. Here's a great one. 103. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Health is 72. Melee attack is 42. No, 46. Melee defense is 103. Range attack is 94. I'm happy with that. I do not like this. Well, sucks to suck. 579? Yep. 575 is just the minimum. Spareezy done. Oh, Dasholo. Oh boy, we get a cook with this one as well now. Nice. Oh, Whipple Drift time. Oops, I'm going up. Whipple, Whipple, Whipple. You don't need more melee attack, so buff time, baby. Buff time. Yeah. Health is 72. Melee defense is 115, and range attack is 110. I think that's decent for it. More melee, the better. It doesn't really need more melee attack. Also, it's a freaking, where is it? What the heck? This is not by Dex. This thing ain't gonna hit you, bro. It's a freaking puffball. It's quite literally a puffball. I'm happy with that loot. Barongram, no, 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 no. Body crash. Oh, now we gotta go for the virus? Oh, no. Oh, no. I will give them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, no, you don't even need more range attack. Let's give you a 10 stat buff. Maybe that. I think just 10 to health. All into range attack? Well, I mean, the Virate evolutions, I just kind of like did whatever I want with them. Like, I think for the evolutions, they all have like the same stats, just rearranged. I didn't do that for Varas. I don't really want to buff the Varelutions that much. The only one that really needs a buff is Servalon. The rest of them, I think, are in a decent spot. So yeah, Servalon. I'll give it 10 more health, okay? I think that's a decent buff for it. Hydrolon, yeah. Yeah. For this one, I think that. Melee defense is 60, range attack is 98. That's all I'm gonna do for it. Yeah, Windolin is fine. It doesn't need to hit harder. Maybe make its like Frostbeam hit a little bit harder in case you want to. Maybe in case you want to like run a mixed one. Hirulin. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Finally can fix this range defense stat that was never meant to be that low. Okay, there's Carolines. I could actually give the Varolutions a little bit more, but I don't really want to... Like, they're not meant to be, like, super, super good, you know? Like, they're meant to be, like, specialized in, like, 1 or 2 stats. So they're not, like... They're meant to be, like, kinda min-maxed, you know? They're kinda meant to be min-maxed. I think that's fine. Just give it more range defense to fix up that 53 range defense stat. Zephyrin. Okay. Honestly, Zephyrin, that's all I'm gonna do to you. Five melee attack, 5 range defense. Zephyrin is, I would still say, pretty good right now. Health? Nah, Zephyrin doesn't need it. I don't really want to like buff its melee defense that much. I want to buff a little bit of its range defense, because it's a little low. Okay, Venolin. Just both melee stats. Okay, that one's done. Wrestlon. This one is a very easy one. That is still way too low. That is still way too low. That is way too low. It makes sense for it to be low. True, true. Like, if one Lumian had to have, like, min-max stats, I think wrestling is, like, probably one of the, like, better ones for it. I might nerf its bulk, though. Wrestling does seem to be, like, somewhat problematic. Why? Wrestling is a freaking monster. Wrestling isn't really used low. You're living under a rock. It has Rogue Assault on all of the punching moves now. It is on like every single team. Every spirit walls it low? Yeah, but not everyone runs a spirit type. You are forced to run a spirit type just to beat it. And even then, a lot of spirit types don't wall it anymore. Yep, that's all I'm gonna do for it. I'm gonna nerf it a little bit. Those spirits and mines everywhere. Mines don't matter here. Very brawny. Ace. Give it what? Like a brawler essence? Is it Electro it runs? Frost Electro... What else does it have? What's the other one I'm missing? There's Blaze, Frost, Electro. I don't think it runs Blaze, does it? Don't think it runs Blaze, and then what, Bulk Up? Oh, Driving Force. Yeah, Driving Force. Oh, that's what it runs. Boots, specialty boots. Specialty boots, that's what it has. Okay, what's a mine type? Okay, that's not really fair. That's not really fair. Pharoglyph dies. Meditoad. Meditoad, one of the go-to, like, bulky mine types. Yeah. 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 That's resistance. That is resistance. So I think hitting its bulk a little bit is fine. Honestly, I could even go a little bit harder on it as well. That is a pretty big nerf that I just did to that. Just deal with it offensively? I mean, true, but I also want to hit his bulk a little bit. I think Rogue Assault is fine. I think we choose the coverage, right? Mostly. I definitely don't think I should have given it every punching move on top of Rogue Assault. That's just killing wrestling? Bro, this does like what I just did nothing to it. The chains that I just did zero chain, like, it did nothing. It did nothing to it. It did not. I swear it did not. So I change it to fix the min-max stat, because clearly it is min-max to hell. Okay, let's take another look. I don't really want to trust that melee attack stat. The melee attack stat should be high. Although Ace is yeah, 2 goods. Just enough Ace. Rogue Assault? I don't think it's really Rogue Assault. I think it's the other moves. We'll see. I can do some testing though with Wrestling. I can do some testing. Am I missing 5 more stats? Yeah, I was. Yeah, I think that's fine. Give it 10 range attack, take away 10 melee attack to give it 10 more range attack. Let's not touch his bulk. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about the ignorant one. Just because of how problematic Ace is. That is fine. Frost Punch does Oko if it's very brawny or brawny. For what? Gargolem defense? Nope. No, it does not. But Gargolem doesn't heal, so Wrestling just gets 2 shots. Although, what about the new Buffalo? I mean, even then, it's still chunking it. Yeah, Gargolem defense is ungodly tanky. But yeah, I mean, what does Gargolem do low? It switches in? Now what? it dies. I'll nerf the melee attack to 120. I mean, Ace is still really, really good on it, clearly. Frost Punch is like a wet paper towel. Maybe, yeah, maybe Rogue Assault is the issue. Maybe it's a little bit too soon for that. Actually, maybe Rogue Assault is just a bad idea in general in Wrestling. I thought it would be balanced because you lower your defense stats, so it's a little bit more easier to deal with it after the fact, but no, especially boots, it still outspeeds you. So yeah, Rogue Assault is probably the issue. I tried to do a big buff for it, but I think I went a little bit overboard with it. Drain Punch is worse. Actually, yeah, that is right. Drain Punch would be worse. Drain Punch would be worse. Pep Jab is still ran. Yeah, but I mean, Rogue Assault low. Why would you run Pep Jab when you have a move that is 1.5 times stronger? Yeah, Pep Jab plus coverage might be good enough on it. Okay, what's after it? Buzzalon? Okay. And done. Buzzalon, yes, is pretty awkward. Give him better speed? No, we're not changing speed with this global stat buff. Unless I'm completely reworking the Lumian, speed is not being touched. The one thing that people have like ingrained into their mind is the speed tiers. I'm not changing speed tiers. Okay, I think that's it for Buzzalon. Just 10 into range attack. Tundralon, you're gonna get the same treatments. I think Buzzalon just suffers mostly from attacks. It just has a very lackluster move pool, although I did buff that somewhat recently, but I still thought there was a lot more I can uncover with it. Okay. And done. Perfect. I think that. Okay, I will give it a little bit more health back, okay? But I'm taking energy away from it. Actually, I guess I could have also took away a range attack as well. I think that's fine. It gets 5 more health back. Yes, I took 20 away from it, but Pyrolin is just too goods. Pyrolin is too goods. So I intended Pyrolin to be a bulky range attacking Lumian. That doesn't mean that's the only way you can run it. Just because I made something with like intentions doesn't mean that's the only way to run it. I mean, look at Volcaloa. It's very clear what a Volcaloa is meant to be, a fast melee attacker. Do you know what people used to run it as low? People used to do this on it. People used to use Volcaloa as a range tank. Like, that was a long time ago, but still. Just because I intended for Pyro to be a bulky range attacker, it can still be run as a bulky range attacker, but as a... Yes, running it as a range tank makes a lot of sense. I just think it is too goods. Like, it's like a Gargolem defense. Gargolem defense is the best melee tank in the game. There are, like, some competitions, like Obsidragon, like Tundralon, but for Pyrolin on the range defense side, there's like less competition. Pyrolin is just by far the best range tank in the game, not even close. Like, yes, Wobblisk is a pretty good range tank, but Pyrolin is better by a long shot. Pyrolin is just way too good. Pyrolin. 104 health. Energy got reduced to 86, and melee tech to 54. That's what I'm gonna do for it, though. I'll give it a little bit more health. Soulburst Gastroke. Soulburst Gastroke isn't really used in, like, competitive play, I don't think. It's mostly just, like, a noob stomper. Like, in Call of Duty, like, we call it, like, pub stomping, public match stomping. Like, Soulburst Gastroke is pub stomping. You only really use Soulburst Gastroke against, random people in Battle Coliseum, not in actual, like, competitive play. Eruptum is just too good to, like, pass upon. And, like, Soulburst Icicle. So yeah, I don't really know what to do with Pyrolin, honestly. I just need to, like, I don't think I really need to nerf Pyro. Like, I've obviously already nerfed it a little bit, but I think I don't want to nerf it anymore. I'm gonna look to buff the other range tanks. I think I've nerfed Pyrolin enough. I think Pyrolin right now with these stats are in a nice spot. Nerfed a little bit. I gave it 5 more health back, okay. It's just way too good at being a range tank. It was just way too good. Like, even now, Pyrolin is still pretty good. It's not dominating, but Pyrolin deserves its position back. It does not. It does not. Pyrolin is, like, fine. It does its job, not as good as it used to, but it's still good. It's not too good. No, I'm talking about when it had 119. When it had 119 health, this was broken. Like, this was absolutely broken. Like, what was it? 24? Like, this was Pyrolin's original stats. This is broken. How's it broken? It walls every range attacker. Range attackers cannot break through Pyrolin. They just can't. Even if you can hit Pyrolin super effective, there's a good chance it still walls you if you don't have an ability to boost your damage. So yeah, Pyrolin's too strong. I'm nerfing it. I gave it a little bit of its health back, okay, but I don't want to do anything else to it, to be honest. Player's not OP. I just don't like seeing it around. Like I'm not trying to say like Pyrolin is too broken. It's just that what's a nuller range tank? And why are you gonna use it over Pyrolin? Venilon? Okay, but why would you use Venilon when you have Pyrolin? Why would you use Nimue when you have Pyrolin? Pyrolin is way too good. Pyrolin is way too good at what it does. Pyrolin does everything you want it to do and more. It can heal. It has one less weakness thanks to an ability. It can get rid of entry hazards. It can set up to deal huge damage. You don't have to invest anything into its range attack stat. It nukes. So yeah, Pyrolin is too good. Like, there are other range tanks. I'm not saying that there aren't, but why would you want to use them when you have Pyrolin? Pyrolin is just better. I want to have the metagame be so Pyrolin is still good and useful, but I want there to be more options that aren't outclassed. Like, Pyrolin just outclasses, like, basically every range tank. Cleone? And Cleone gets absolutely bodied on the melee side. Pyrolin actually had, like, a pretty decent melee defense stat. I'm fine with Parallel. We'll see how those stat changes go with it, and if it's not good anymore, I can always go back and change it again. Hydralin, melee defense 59. Okay, Hydralin's done. I just don't like how Pyrelin is the go-to range tank. I just want there to be more options. Pyrelin is just annoying. Like, honestly, Pyrelin is even more annoying than Gargolem defense. I feel like. Like, I feel like Pyrelin, I feel like old Pyrelin stats were even more annoying than Gargolem. Like, people say Gargolem's troubling, you just don't use Icicle Traps. Like, if you say that you struggle with Gargolem defense, and I take a look at your team, you probably have no entry hazards. That's just how it is. Like, honestly, you just don't run Icicle Traps. There is a mechanic in the game that will help you beat Gargolem defense, and nobody's running it. I just don't like how Pyrelin is like the go-to range tank. Like, yes, Cleone can offer some things, but it's not as good. It's just nowhere near as good. Bias alert? Yeah, I'm definitely biased. I'm not denying that I'm biased. I just want a different range tank to be, like, somewhat as popular as Pyrelin. Buff the others and nerfing, that's what I'm doing. I'm nerfing Pyrelin a little bit, actually quite a bit, and I'm going to try and buff the other ones. If Pyrelin falls off, I'll go back to it and give it a little bit more health back. Just because I'm nerfing something doesn't mean that's it. It's nerfed, I'm never going back to it. I will nerf things, and if I nerfed it too much, I'll go back to it and buff it again. I think did I already do Oxydrake? I don't think I did Oxydrake, did I? I don't think I did. But yeah, if I nerf Pyrelin too much, I will go back to it and give some more health back to it. Basically, like, every time I see, like, okay, Pyrelin's kind of struggling now, I'll give, like, another 5 health back to it. Until it's, like, in a good spot again. Range attack, 50, yeah. But yeah, I definitely am biased towards Pyrelin. I just don't like how, like, most teams are running Pyrelin instead of any other range tank. But it's being completely healthy. Pyrelin is not healthy. I disagree. Honestly, fine. Okay, how about this one? How about this? Let's give Pyrelin its old health stat back, okay? Okay, let's give it back its old health stat back. I'm removing Rejuvenate. Instead of Rejuvenate, you get Slumber. That's a good nerf? How is that a good nerf? People tell me it was a terrible idea like 2 months ago when I did the original nerf. What do you mean? People told me this was the most evil thing that I could ever do. Why is it a good idea now? Why is it a good idea now? Like, 2 months ago when I did the original nerf, people said Rejuvenate being removed is a terrible idea. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna leave Pyrelin as it is for now, okay? So yeah, that's what I got wrote down for these. I'm gonna leave it with this for now, but I'll be paying close attention to Pyrelin again, okay? Don't worry about it. I'll keep giving like some more health back to it, see how it goes. And if it gets to the point like where I'm just not happy with it still, I probably just remove Rejuvenate for Slumber. Semistall? Not really, like, if you look at Pyrolon... Okay, well, I guess we're going on a tangent, but oh well. 119... That, and... Wait. If we do that... And that... Yeah. Rejuvenate is annoying because Pyrolon has a really good energy stat, or well, it did. So it could get away with spamming quite a few rejuvenates. With Slumber, it's easier to punish it because as soon as Pyrolon goes for Slumber, you just switch in your counter to Pyrolon, like your just actual melee attacker that can hit it super effective on the melee sides. Now they have to switch out. So now their Slumber stops healing them, and they're still asleep. So I mean, I don't think Slumber will buff it. Slumber is definitely more of a nerf than a buff. It's not that hard to break, bro. That is not true. That is not true. Quick recovery? That's fine, because that means it'll be weak to air again as well. You give it quick recovery? Yeah, but I'm still saying, like, that means you aren't going to have the air neutral, whatever you call it. Like, right now it isn't weak to air because of its typing. So it would gain another weakness, which is also a good thing. I'm gonna do, like, the change that I did, though, okay? I'm gonna do the change that I did to it. I think that's what I'm gonna do for Oxydrake. Actually, I'll make you a 516. 63 range attack. Yeah, I'm definitely biased towards Pyrolon. I'm just bored of seeing Pyrolon, and if I'm bored of seeing Pyrolon, I want to say I feel like everyone else should be bored of it as well. It's like, oh boy, can't wait to see what their range tank is, and then it's Pyrolon, and then Pyrolon again, and then Pyrolon again. It's just boring to see some Lumians that are always around. I don't mind, like, nerfing a Lumian and buffing other Lumians to switch up the metagame a little bit. Maybe Pyrolon, instead of being super common, is like a little bit more uncommon, and something else takes its place. I'm fine with that. I don't mind changing the metagame just to give some, like, underrated Lumians a, like, chance in the spotlight, I guess. Have we already did Wintrix? You're gonna get buffed to 600s. Did I say 600 or did I say 610? What did I do for Whipple? And then what did I do, health? I think I did 600, right? Yeah. We'll do this. Wintrix. Health, 71. Melee attack, 63. 63, and range defense, 85. Nope. I did not change the range defense. I'm an idiot. What did I change again? Melee attack went up by 5, and health went up by 5. Health, that's what it was. Health to 71, melee attack to 63. Okay, good. I think that's fine. Wintrix is really powerful still. Yeah, I gave Hydrolon more melee defense just so it isn't, like, super frail. Melee defense, if you couldn't tell, was the, Hydrolon, as you can tell, melee defense was the min-max stat. This base stat, this global base stat buff, is to fix the min-max stats for most of the Lumians. That's like the stat I just didn't have enough stat points to work with. Snagoop. Okay, let's give you... I think 20 would be fine for you. Okay. 5 in melee attack. I think that would work. Give it 30? Don't think it deserves 30. I don't think it deserves 30. What's the OST? This is Lumian Beats by RXPP Array. You can find the playlist on the Loomian Studios YouTube channel. Snagoop. Melee attack is 68. Melee defense is 77, and range defense is 94 now. I think that's fine. I think Snagoop is in a pretty decent spot, right? It's not too underwhelming. It's not too overbearing. It can be if you have like a really good matchup. I think it's in a decent spot. Okay. Sukame. We can give you a pretty decent buff. Five more step points. 5 more. I guess range attack. I don't want to like make it too bulky. I feel like Sukame's stats are pretty perfect. And also it's getting a new move later on anyway. It's getting C-Song later on. If you don't know what C-Song is a water type move that is sound based, which means it will bypass Scapegoat, and it's a pivot move. So it's gonna be a pretty strong move. And Sukama's gonna be the only one that gets it. 90 power, no. Probably gonna be 70. Because you have to remember it also has a... What's that ability called again? What's the ability that it has? Tone Deaf. It has Tone Deaf, which boosts the damage anyway, so I mean, it's getting a stab boost and a Tone Deaf boost. Am I getting rid of Rejuvenate? So the idea was to... Originally I was going to get rid of Rejuvenate for C-Song, but I think now instead I'm going to just give it C-Song, see how it plays. If it's too good, it's losing Rejuvenate. Sukame... Energy... 95, melee attack 52, range attack 116. I think that is decent for it. 95, 52, 116. That's all I changed, right? Yep. I'm gonna play as a slow pivot, I'd imagine. Yep, a bulky slow pivoter that can also like output some pretty good damage. It's got Body Crash, it's got Rejuvenate, it'll have C-Song. You've got what, Frost Beam as well, Tsunami. You've got a lot of different options for it. Is it Luminami always better? Yeah, but this threatens more damage as well. Like Luminami is like pretty bulky and can do decent damage if you can hit super effectively. Sukame is not a true wall breaker, but it is leaning a little bit more to the wall breaking sides. Also, yeah, it's got has it got Raging Howl yet? Or does it have Resonate? It's got Resonate, I know that at least. Yep, it's unblockable pivot, unless you have Sponge. So yeah, I guess you could run a Sponge user. Banfino. Oh boy. Let's give you 5 more melee attack. Okay. Gonna leave it at that. I can't really do much with Banfino, we're just gonna wait for the ability to get fixed. So yeah, it just sucks that Banfino has 2, not 1, it has 2 broken abilities. Bully doesn't work, and then Slide works like 50%. You skipped Havisect? No, we did Havisect earlier. Havisect is a base 500 base, it has 502 base stats, but we treat it as a 500s. Havisect we already did earlier, we just gave it range attack. So yeah, I don't really know what to do with Banfino. I could change the ability, but I want to wait until it's fixed. To be honest, I like these abilities make sense for Banfino. It just sucks that none of them work. So yeah, I think that's fine for Banfino low. Give it more defenses. When is the fix? So Tbrim dumbed it down a lot, so this might not be like 100% accurate, but how it was explained to me was, for Bully and Sly, the reason why they don't work is, for Bully, you need to know what the height of the opponent is. Basically, the game doesn't provide the ability with the height when the ability is reds. Like, the height is given later on, but the ability doesn't get that information in time, which is why it doesn't work. So to fix that, the battle engine needs to be, like, reworked or changed a lot. So that's why it doesn't work, and that's why it hasn't been fixed yet, because that is a very big change just for 2 abilities to work. That only, like, what, 2 Lumians have? So, yeah. Drizzle, no, not on Banfino, definitely not. Definitely not. That is not happening. Okay, Cannibal time. What was Ventation? Okay, I thought so. What did we do for Ventation again? Ventation. 90, 57, 90, and 58. Okay, we just gave you 30. Canibo will give you 30 as well. Okay, ready for this magic? Done. And done. Canibo is fixed. Okay. 9 range attack. Yeah, you can tell it was min-maxed to heck. Like, this is like one of the major reasons why we're doing the change, the base stat. Like I said, the base stat total increase is just to fix these dumb stats that were never meant to exist. 39 makes sense on Canibo. Like, yes, it's still pretty low, but it's better than freaking 9. I mean, look at Canibo anyway. It has freaking... This thing ain't throwing anything or, like, doing range attacks. Next up plan is Samarine. Yeah, this will definitely make the raid boss a little bit harder, okay, that you gotta do on the beach. We can give it some more stats though. Let's make it 608. We've got 20 stats to work with. What do you guys want to see? More melee defense, I would say, right? I would say 5 more range defense. I would say that. 10 melee defense, 20 range attack, 5 range defense. Oh wait, we've got 5 more to work with. We got 5 more. Where should I put the other 5? I don't think it needs more melee attack. Could just put it into defense, I guess. Health, energy. I don't want to keep like buffing everything's energy. Again, we're getting the passive energy with a PvP 2.0, hopefully. Range defense, energy, or range defense. We can do range defense then. Okay, so melee defense is now 82. Range attack is now... Actually, nah. I'm gonna put it into range attack again. So, you got Jubateds. You got Jubateds. I don't think it deserves a 10 range defense buff. It already got a 5. So 82 melee defense, 58 range attack, and then 64 range. I think that's fine. What is the passive energy? So at the end of every turn, all of your Lumians will get a 5% energy back to them. So for example, Zulong, you give it 20 energy, you get it to 250 energy. So if I pull out a calculator really fast, actually I need to do that. 5% of Zulong's energy is 13, so at the end of each turn, Zulong will get 13 energy back. Obviously that's not very much, but it's something. So it means that after like, what, 5 turns of Zulong clicking elemental bursts, you get back like, what? You get enough energy back to click 1 more of it. So yeah, I think this is a good buff. Passive energy is definitely needed in a game like this, because the rest, like the wait and resting mechanics, highly benefit more bulkier Lumians that can actually take a hit. So like for example, like Sedimar's Paralon, they have all of the defenses in the world. Like they don't care if they click rest, it doesn't matter to them. But like a Zulong, if a Zulong clicks wait or rest, it will probably die. Yes, and glow. Not sure about that. Lumello. Oh, we get a mega buff this thing. Nice. Okay, there we are. I don't think it needs to hit harder. I mean, I just buffed his defenses through the roof. Health is 100. Melee defense is 106. Range attack is 62. Range defense is 96. There we are. Make it bulky? Bro, this is way bulkier. What do you mean? I give it 15 range defense and 20 melee defense and 5 health. That is so bulky, man. So many defensive water types? Yeah, there are a lot of them. But they're all freaking fat, okay? What do you want me to do? Look at it. It's fat and has a shell. What am I meant to do with it, man? What am I meant to do? What am I meant to do? Oh, we're getting to the Olympian part 2 now. This one's very simple. Give you 610. There we are. Gel Ussa. Melee attack. 48. Honestly, is this where we start to nerf it? Do I touch his base stats at all? I think the base stats kind of fit it low, to be honest. I think it's mostly just enchanted coat, right? I will take away 10 range defense low. Is that fair? It's not a big nerf, but I think that's fair. I think the 110 range defense was a little too much. Okay, so melee attack is 58, and range defense was 100. Now, you might be saying the title is clickbait, because this is technically a nerf adjuster, but counterpoint. I just like Mullen doubled its melee attack stats, so actually, it's more of a buff. You're welcome. Okay, Taishinu, a very simple one. That's really it. I don't want to buff this thing. This is already like pretty annoying to deal with. I think this is fine. More attack? We don't need to keep buffing the offenses. Like, if they get a Soul Burst, I can go all out with the attack stat on Taishinu, but I don't think it needs a buff. Taishinu, by the way, Taishinu has no weaknesses if you give it the, Wait, no. And yeah, Taishinu has Enchanted Coat, right? Oh, no, it's not Taishinu that has no weaknesses, it's Lumala. Lumala has no weaknesses. Still, Taishinu is pretty annoying. I think this is fine for it, it doesn't really need much. Okay, Lyricat. Lyricat could get 10 more melee attack. Okay. And 10 more melee defense. What was Taish? Wait. What did I give it? 48? Oh, I gave it 30. Oh, okay. I give it 30. Yep, I think I like that better. Lyricat gets 69 melee attack. Melee defense is 62. Range attack is 107. Range defense is 64. I like that one for it. Fake out? Honestly, yeah, Lyricat could get fake out in the future. I mean, it has SWAT, although SWAT doesn't do anything right now. Boonary, you don't need to change. I'm sorry, Boonary, but you just don't. Cleone. Cleone is 560. Done. Yeah, Cleone is just is pretty disgusting if you don't have anything to answer it. If you don't have like anything to deal with Cleone, it blows through your team. Sinogar. Okay. So 20 more melee attack. I think I'm happy with that. 610. Melee attack is 55, melee defense is 66, range attack is 115, range defense is 86. That's it? What do you mean that's it? Bro, I gave it a what? A 35 stat increase? This is fine. This is fine. More meal? Fine, I'll give it 5 more, okay. There, now it's on the same level as Malmerk. 55 melee attack. Melee defense is 71 now. Range attack is 115. Range defense is 86. There we are. That's a pretty, like, big buff for Sinogre. Although it's still gonna suck. It's still gonna suck. Surreal we've already done. We just gave it 5 more to all of his stats. Fish Ghana. Okay, 43. Is that it? How good would you say Fish Ghana is right now? Does it need a buff? More health? I was thinking the same thing. Does it need a buff? If I give it 10 in health. 599? Outclassed? Well, I mean, it's a regifter. The only other regifter in the game is Cosmiar. We don't talk about Festifer because nobody uses that. Now I like the 599. It doesn't need to be a rounded number. Fish Ghana. Health is 79. Melee attack is 43. And that is it. We gave it what, 30? Nice. But we've been live for 2 hours. Damn, we're blowing through these. How many more do we have to do? Oh, we're almost done. We're almost done with all of them. Nice. We are speedrunning these. Yeah, once I got my groove, we're goods. Boneke. Take it up to 68. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I have an idea for a wheel video. All new buff Lumians. We'll have so few options. Yeah, like everything in the game, low. Boneke. Health is 77. Melee attack is 68. Melee defense is 72. Range attack is 102. I think that's decent for it. Now I like it. I like that better. Okay. Health is 77. Melee attack is 73. Melee defense is 72. Range attack is 102. There we are. I like that more. Make it bulkier for secret. I'm gonna make it a little bit bulkier. I made it a little bit bulkier. Cedric. We already did Cedric, right? Yeah, we already did Cedric. So... Alvantic is up. You're gonna become a... a 6... 15. Same as Malmerk. And done. Easy. Do you do Icicle? Yep, we've done all the 500s as well. 500s are all here. We skipped to the 500s just because they're a group. It's just easier to do them all together, right? Imperior. Oh boy, Imperior. Ooh. Yep, I think that's a good nerf for it. Yep, I think that's fine. Imperior. Melee attack is 93, so mix is a little bit better. And we buff its defenses, which is actually a nerf for it. Okay, there we are. Overkill? Nah, that's fine. Yeah, Resentful isn't as stupid, although I'm nerfing Resentful anyway, so it only does half of their health, not 100% of their health. There we are. Next then, I mean, Imperial's still gonna be really good. Buff? I mean, hey, I technically buffed it, okay? I give it more of a melee attack buff than I nerfed it, so it's still overall a buff. Holy Bunch? Nope, already done that one. Bear Badger. Okay. I think that. Melee, nope, health first. Health is 78. Melee defense is 106. Range attack is 57. And range defense is 72. Okay, I'm happy with that. Imperious Cut. Goods. It's 2 goods. There's a reason why I used it on like almost all my teams like last year. It was 2 goods. Oh no, they have something that can counter my showcase? Okay. Here's Imperior. And nice. It's gone. Health 78. 106 melee defense. 57 range attacks. 72 range defense. Got it. Ooh. Did I already do Dragodine? Pretty sure I did. I did. We already did it. Where is it? I just had it. Here. We already did Dragodine. Mixed Dragodine is meta, guys. Let's go. Char Onyx. Okay. This one's easy. And done. Nerf it? Tronics needs a nerf. I don't think it needs a nerf in the stat department, though. We can talk about Tronics, though, since we're on it now. So for Tronics, there's a couple of things that I think is problematic for it, okay? First of all, Radiance is being changed for the fog setting ability, okay? So it'll be like, I don't know, like fog turn on ability, okay? So Radiance is being switched out for that. Next up is Prismatic. Even though it, like, most Char Onyxes don't really run Prismatic, right? They run Reaper. But you can't click a light type move against Char Onyx just in case it is Prismatic until you know what ability it actually is. When it already has, like, what? It's already got an immunity to Spirits and Brawler. It doesn't need a Nuller immunity when it only has 1 weakness, right? So, let's just get rid of Prismatic. It doesn't need it. Next up, okay? Lightspeed Ray, it doesn't need. If you look at its bulk, it is basically Mutagun 2.0. You have like Mutagun bulk, you have a great like god tier typing, you've got Magnify, and you've got Lightspeed Ray. Too broken. Doesn't need Lightspeed Ray. Next up, Spite. I'm not going to remove Spite from it immediately. People have been telling me that Spite is also too good and I should remove it straight away. I will consider Spite. I'm just going to do Prismatic and Lightspeed Ray first. After that change, then I might look into Spite. I will see. Too oppressive? It might be. I'll give it a chance though. We're already like doing some pretty big nerfs, although it is getting buffed with fog, so I mean, I will come back to Spite. I don't want to do too many nerfs at once. I'll come back to it. And again, like looking at chat, it's like 50-50. Some people think it's bad, some people think it's alright. We'll just do a. I'm already nerfing it. We don't need to like go completely overboard. Just take it a couple things at a time. So I think that's fine. What's after Tronics? Is it Billow? It is Billow. What's up, Billow? I can give you 20 whole stat points. And done. Very nimble, Bill of is meta. Nice. Nice. I mean, this will make Assault Vest even stronger. Buffing Bill of speed would be a nerf. I mean, yeah, kinda. Because I can't really, like, even if I give it Fault at 20, that doesn't really do much. It just makes it worse than Bane of Hasts. So yeah. I think that is fine. I think that's fine. Will Fog ignore all the weather abilities? No. Some abilities will ignore... Like, obviously, like, the auto-setting abilities will ignore Fog, because that would be dumb. That would be really, really dumb. Fog is not going to be Cloud 9. Fog is just going to turn off every other ability. So yeah, I think this is fine. The range defense isn't like great still. It's still kind of meh, but we're not trying to like make it super good. We just want to make it better. Umalu we've already done. Weaselin. We can give you quite a bit of stats. Let's take you up to 56 range attack. I think I just want to give it more bulk. I think that's fine. Melee defense is 71, range attack is 56, and range defense is 66. Okay, there we are. Just a little buff. More energy. More energy? It's fine, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Moriel. Okay, let's take this up to 620, I'm feeling. Maybe 615. We'll make it same as Merc. So we got 15 stats to work with. Okay, 5 in melee attack and range defense. And do I put the rest into range, or do I put it into melee defense? Kind of leaning towards melee defense. Could actually put it in health as well. Nah. I'll put it in... Melee attack. Energy? Nah, it's meant to have like a pretty low energy stat. No energy? Yeah, it's meant to not like have a great energy stat. I get passive energy, man. Passive energy. Moriel is so bulky, it loves passive energy as well. And it can go for weight and rest pretty freely. Melee attack is 86. Range defense is 81. And that's all we did, right? Yep. I give Malmwork a pretty big buff thinking about it now. Make it 620? Nah, I think leaving it on Malmwork level is fine. Malmwork definitely had like an under base stat total, it definitely should have had higher. I think this is fine. Okay, Corruptana is next. We're gonna make this one the exact same as Canibo. What did I do for Canibo again? Was it just this? This? I think it was this, right? 39 range attack? Yep. We're just gonna do the same. Just gonna do the same for it. Iridescence. Why am I doing it to both of them? Why am I dumb? I keep like just zoning out and I keep doing it to both of them. I don't know why. I don't know why. I keep just turning off my brain. Iridescence, range attack, 45. More range defense? You're crazy. Iridescence is great. Again, I need to like keep making sure you guys know the base stat total increase is just to fix these stats. The stats that are min-max to hell. If it doesn't have any min-max stats, that Lumian gets a buff or a stat rework. This is just to buff these dumb stats. Because clearly I was an idiot and I didn't give it. I didn't have enough base stats to go around. Piransu. We gotta take you up to 54. Okay. Health is staying the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. Piransu. Melee attack 54. Melee defense 82. Range defense 72. There we are. More energy? It has enough. I don't think it needs more energy. Give it a little bit more bulk. Which actually means Piransu. Not Piransu. Huh. Scampi and whatever I do to the male one is going to happen to the Scampi. No, not I'm gonna type in Corruptana again. Rimposte. Melee defense 102. Range attack 54. Range defense 72. So yeah, Scampi is gonna have these defenses basically. That's the Scampi buff. Scampi was like meant to have the exact same defenses as the evolutions, but No health. I could even go a step further and just do this. It like doesn't really change much, but I could just nerf his health even more. So it'd look like that maybe. I don't think Scampi really needs a stat buff. I think I'd probably do that, to be honest. I think I'd be happy with that. Nerf health to 1. Even then, it would still probably be pretty terrifying. What's the difference between max and then put on 10? Yeah. I could nerf the health stat even lower. What else? We're not doing with that right now. Dokomori's next. Take this up to 60. Dokomori doesn't need a buff in the slightest. I think that should be fine. Dokomori is great. Just buff its range attack to 60. It does not need a health buff at all. Like, Dokomori is great. Marafe, on the other hand, though. I think I'm just gonna do that. Give it an actual usable melee defense stat. Yeah, and there's Marafe. 605. Fallman and Lashent we've done. Krambos we've done. Chienta. Okay, gotta be a little bit careful with this one. Let's actually take up a little bit more. That's a little bit too high. 73. There we are. Nah, why am I doing it to both of them? Stop it! Please, Jamie! Please, why do you keep doing it to both of them? There. .73 range attack. You're doing them both again. I don't know why. I'm actually, like, losing brain cells just thinking about numbers so much. Parasol. Okay. You are already 575. Let me take a look at the rest of them. I'll give them 10 base stats. I think Parasol is great, honestly. I love Parasol. I love this thing. So freaking derpy as well. But Wand, we can actually give it an actual buff. The melee attack makes sense. So let's give it just 10 range attack? No. I think defenses are probably better, right? Probably that. Yeah, I don't think it needs to hit harder. It's not meant to be like a damage dealer. Like, you can run it with damage dealing with like do or die, but I want it primarily to be like support, bulky support. I think the range attack is still fine. Okay, Bewand's done. Next is Lawn Torch. How do I nerf it? I don't want to give it stats anywhere. I think that has to be it. I think that has to be it. Oh yeah, Flare is also going to be changed as well to 60 base power. Even then it might be a little bit too strong, but I think 60 is more manageable. Land Torch. Melee defense is 62. Ranged defense is 71. Just buff his defenses by 5. It's not getting more attack. A Rancidor. Honestly, Rancidor, I will give you 5 in both of the melee stats. I think that's fine. More range attack? Nah, its range attack is fine. It's mostly the speedier one. Flare is 60 base power. Flare right now is 70. I'm saying I can nerf it to 60 to like make it a little bit easier to deal with. So instead of doing 140 base power, it would be 120 base power. So it would lose 20 base power if it doubles. Okay, I think that is Rancidor done. And that is actually all of them. We're done. Oh, we're done. We have done every Lumian. Oh, damn, this was a lot shorter of a stream. We speedrun that. Okay, here are all of the changes. I'll post this in like a Discord server somewhere so you can download all of these as well. Actually I'll do that now. Let me open up Discord. I'm gonna put it in my Discord. If you wanna like download it, I'll put it in the Lumian Legacy one as well. I'll put it in Lumian PvP, I guess, in my Discord first. Okay, base stat total. Let me just open it again. Okay. There we are. And I'll put it in Lumian as well. Lumian PvP discussion. There you are. Okay, so if you want to go download that, you have all of the stats now. Let me know if there are any stats that are wrong, so I can update them. I'll send it to you as well, I eat. But yeah, because in the first stream, apparently I wrote down a couple of stats wrong. Apparently, Soulburst Dakuda had 156 range attack instead of 157. And apparently, Wabalisk, I wrote it down as 96 health instead of 106. I think they're all fixed now. I think it's to balance in general around it. Nerf buff the edge cases. It's fine. What are you talking about? What did I miss? I was putting the document everywhere. What did I miss? You forgot Sherbot? Nuh-uh-uh. Nuh-uh-uh. Gotta wait for the soul bursts. What did I miss? Why people are arguing in chat now? You've got to change the corrupted Samarine boss fight. True, that's gonna get buffed as well. Can't wait for that. Now it actually has like a decent range attack stat, so its water bomb is gonna do a little bit more as well. That's gonna be a great fight to go back to. Okay, what did I miss from Lance? I love how we trust Jamie when all he does is 5 bad Colosseum randoms. Well, I mean, how do you think I did the base stats in the first place? I made them in the first place, so I mean, me changing them is the exact same as me creating them originally. What do you mean? Like, this base stat total increase wasn't necessarily to buff. Like, yes, it says in the title buffing, because I am increasing the base stat total, which is overall a buff. But this base stat increase in total isn't to buff Lumians. It is to fix the min-max stats. Cannibal has 9 range attack stats. It shouldn't be that low. This base stat total increase was just to fix lows. If the Lumian didn't have any min-max stats, we get a buff it. Other than like some reworks, like the early like Route 1 stuff. Also, I believe for game balancing, yes, obviously I can balance stuff around competitive modes. Like, yes, I will definitely do that as well. But I also need to balance around the casual side as well. If you think about it, if a Lumian is not fun to play against, why the heck would I not nerf it? Like, for example, Soulburst Gasstroke. Yes, it can be used in competitive play, but Soulburst Gasstroke is a different beast in casual play, because it is a noob stomper. Also, yes, some Lumians need to get nerfs, like for example Tronics. It's losing Prismatic, it's losing Lightspeed Ray. Then I might see if it needs to lose Spites. Again, there's no need to do all of them at once. People are telling me, like you're telling me now, that Spite is an issue. But we can do a couple of nerfs and then take another look at it. We don't need to push all of the nerfs at once. Like I do with Pyrolin, but I just don't like Pyrolin, so sucks to suck. So yeah, anyway, here are all of the stats low. Got your legendaries getting a big buff. Event roamers, legendaries got a little bit of a buff. Starters basically got their old stats back, plus another couple extra bonuses. The base 610s became 625s, same as starters. The base 500s became base 525s. They're just 100 lower than these guys, 625s. And then the rest of them. Ow. So yeah. Also, yeah, we're having like a lot of bait users just get removed from the game as well. We did that yesterday as well. We have too many bait users. Like, people are going to be upset about a lot of these losing it, but it is not fun to play 2v2s at all. It is just absolute hell. It is just chaos in 2v2s and doubles. It is basically just who can bait harder. Who is the better bait user? That's basically it. What lost it? All of these. Yeah, also Captivating is getting nerfed as well. There's like a lot of stuff. Obviously I'm gonna get like some balancing things wrong, but that's fine. Yeah, I'll eventually get back to it. That's just how it goes. Like some things, like for example, like Fire Breath Zulong, I was like pretty indifferent about it. Like, yeah, it makes sense for Zulong to have Fire Breath. I don't know if it needed it immediately. People are telling me, yeah, give it Fire Breath. I give it Fire Breath. Big surprise, it's broken with it, basically. It's too good, so that's why we're removing it. Like, just, like, balancing on paper, because I get, like, a document for all the stats. On paper, something might look pretty underwhelming, but in, like, practice, is broken. That also goes the opposite way as well. Sometimes we think like some Lumians are going to be broken, like for example Dakuda, I thought would also be kind of broken. It's fine. Novadeus, I thought would be kind of pushing it a little bit. It's fine. Glissadia is the issue. So that's just how balancing goes, honestly. You can't predict everything that's going to happen. And people will find like different ways. Like I said, for Volcaloa, I don't think anybody expected Volcaloa to be a good range tank until one idiot decided to get a very clever one and try it, and it turned out he was a genius. That's just how it goes. You don't really know until you put something in practice. On paper it might look good or bad, but in practice it might be a different like beast entirely. Also, yeah, Rip House Ross. Rip House Ross. I mean, hey, he got a little bit more range defense, right? He got a little bit more range defense. But yeah, we're finally freaking done. Now I'll need to go do a video on this. I'll probably upload the video maybe next weekend, I guess. I don't really need to rush to do this, do I? So yeah, is there anything else that we should talk about while we're here? Like any other buff and nerfs Lumians might or should get? Oh yeah, I'm not touching speed tiers. The reason why I am not touching speed tiers is because people already have the speed tiers ingrained in their mind. They see a Zulong, boom, 119 speed. Solbestrausa, boom, 119 speed. Buzzalon, 101 speeds. People already know the speed tiers, I don't want to mess that up. Speed tiers are one of the hardest things to learn, and because people have already learned them, I don't want to touch them. Unless I'm completely reworking a Lumian, then sure, like Terrafly. Oxygenate complete demolition? I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Any ideas for Toxicob? Yeah. I want to do one with PvP 2.0, but we'll see. There's a long list of items I have. Let me find them. I don't think I have a document of it, but I have a... I think they're just in the LL Discord, right? Are they just in LL Discord pins? Oh yeah, they're pins. There we are. These are the items. Plant boots. If a plant type is holding it, they will regain some health back at the end of each turn. Kind of like health amulet, but only for plant types. If anything else has it, they will lose health. So kind of like black sludge. Dry ice inflicts the holder with free status, basically just burn. Curse claw is the poison one. Green tea is what, lumberry, basically. Energy drink. When your energy falls below 25% maximum, like 1/4, you will consume it to restore 50% back, and it will be consumed. So kind of just, I guess, similar to chocolate bar, I guess, but better. Recoil bracelet. All of the holder's moves is increased by 30%, but the user also loses 1/10 of his health. Power amulet, I still don't really know. Honestly, this might get cancelled. It just seems a little confusing, I'm not gonna lie. It's not very, like, noob-friendly, I feel like. Not very noob-friendly. Although it already got sprited, so I'll try it, but I don't know about this one, honestly. Umbrella hat, my favorite item. If you hold this one, you will ignore all weather effects. I like this one. So for example, if you have a Lumian that really doesn't want to get its ability turned off by fog, because Tronics is going to be pretty annoying, Umbrella baby, umbrella hats. Charm prevents the holder's ability from being manipulated, which is also a counter to fog, and also talent trade won't work on it as well. So I've got a couple of fog counters in place, okay? I've already got a couple. Clear plushie restores the holder's lowest stats and then consumes. So let's say, for example, if Wrestling held this and used Rogue Assault, once its defenses got lowered, it would use this item to restore them back again. Or if, like, you get Terrifying, for example. Specialty gloves, specialty boots, but for melee attack. Specialty goggles, same thing but for range attack. Now we've got a lot of items that are just concepts. Higher critical hit ratio item, so this will be for like Buzzalon, Nevermare, Hydrilla, and stuff like that. Increase all of the holders' moves by 10% accuracy. Probably just gonna be like, I don't know, like some glasses or something. Here is basically Assault Vest, a melee alternate version of it. We got the extend weather items by probably 2 or 3 turns. I haven't decided yet. These are, I feel like these are going to be like some of my favorite items. These are going to be snow globes. Well, snow globes, but the snow pat will be changed out for whatever weather it is. So for example, for the heavy rain, it'll be like rain globe or something. So basically whenever like whenever the holder enters the field, they basically break it, throw it on the floor, and then it will summon that weather. Kinda like Doodle World's bottles. Honestly, such a good concept. It's such a good idea. Although they only last for 3 turns. They are very, very like I feel like 3 turns is enough. Anything more than 3 turns is going to be pretty broken. Why even bring a weather summoner at that point, maybe? I think 3 turns is fine. We got the extending item, which will extend benefits, fungus curse, and near enchantments, and fire enchantments for probably like 1 or 2 turns. It doesn't need to be like that much. Actually, I might do this one, depending on which one it is. Like, 3 extra turns for benefits is pretty broken. Not sure if that's a good idea. So yeah, and then the scarves, which we went over earlier. So yeah, these are all of the items that I have plans, but a lot of them might come after Part 2, we'll see. Or PvP 2.0, we'll see. Yeah, I think this should probably be like, what, 2 turns, maybe? I think 2 turns is fine. It makes it usable. It makes it worth using still. Like 2 turns, I feel like is pretty warrants. I think 2 turns is fine. Maybe. If a weather summoner used a snow globe, would it make the turns longer? Well, if you're using like a Lumian like what was it called? Tronics. If you're using Tronics for fog, you want to use these items. I'm not entirely too sure what the interaction is going to be if your weather Lumian is holding a snow globe. I will probably say it uses it, but it doesn't extend your turn, so it's just a waste of an item. Might as well make it one item that does both. No, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. We don't need to make it so every Lumian can have a 8-turn weather setter-upper just for entering the field. That's not a good idea. These snow globes, if using it on like a Tronics with the fog weather ability, it will just use the item, but it won't extend the turn, so it's just a bad item for the weather setters. If you're using a weather setter, you want these. These are mostly like, for example, obviously like these are for like your weather setter abilities, like your Tronics, your Billiforge. These are for like weather teams. These, you could technically use them on a weather team, mostly for doubles, not really singles. But these are more like, you want to use them on a Lumian that you don't really want to use a weather team, but you want a Lumian that might benefit from a weather. Or maybe you have a weather team, let's say for example you have, I don't know, a rain team, but you also have a Charonics on, not Charonics. Let's say like you have a rain team, but you have a Chartiki on your team. You could give Chartiki the Smoldering Heats snow globe. So yeah, I feel like that's a cool idea. Maybe. It lets you like mix and match like what you want to do. So yeah. So like let's say for example you don't want to battle against weather teams. Let's say like for example a rain team is really good into your team. Instead of like having a Lumian to get rid of it, you could just have a snow globe instead to override it. Although it's only a one-time use, they can override it low. So I think these are gonna be cool ideas. We'll see how they play low. But yeah, I think Chartika, when it gets Mouldering Joy, Chartika might actually run this item. There's one thing, people struggling to get hands on chocolate bar. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. It's not really up to me. Terrestrializing? No. No. No, 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 no. What if you put them on a different weather summoner? Hmm. Didn't really think about that, to be honest. Didn't really think about that. Yeah, I think the item should go first, and then the ability goes. So let's say you have a Charonics with the Rain Snow Globe. It will summon Rain, and then it will immediately overwrite it with Fog. So it's still a waste. You wouldn't use that. I don't think there's any situation where you actually want to do that. It just sounds dumb. Will the weather pre-evolutions get weather settings? Yes, the entire evolution line will. I think the item should go second since they are one time. Yeah, but what's the point of having a weather Lumian with two different weather setting up things? Like, what's the advantage of having a Charonic set up a different weather? I feel like that's going to be like kind of broken. So I want to say no. I want to say the item should go first. That's going to get pretty messy. Two different benefits. We'll just set up Rain to heal and then later on in the game. Yeah, but I don't want Weather Walls to become like... Weather Walls is definitely going to become a thing on some people's teams. I don't want to add like an entire like different complication to that. Like having Weather Walls and then they also just kind of have two weathers. I don't know about that. That's too confusing. Either the item should fail or the item is used before the ability. I don't like the idea of the item going after the ability. It just complicates it too much. Will Weather Ball exist? Yes, something equivalent will exist. I still want to do a legendary Weather Lumian. I want to do a Weather Lumian that is a legendary, and you can find it in every weather. And it has like, it's like basically cast form, but actually goods. That's basically what I want to do. I want to do a good cast form that's legendary. So yeah. Well, I think that is everything that we gotta talk about, Len. So I think I should probably leave it off here. You need to make Terrafly 100 speed? No. 95 is fine. It doesn't need more. It's also getting Drudge anyway, so let's use Drudge if you want if you want more than 100 speeds. I'll just use Very Nimble, easy. But yep, I'm gonna leave this off here, okay, Len. I will see you big noobs later.